Hello, my friends. Welcome to this 15-minute yoga for flexibility with a focus on the hamstrings and the inner thighs. To begin, just take one ear to one shoulder, so you can just mirror me. Maybe let the hands come off the thighs and towards the floor. And notice if that deepens the stretch along the side of the neck. Just begin to slow your breathing down. Finding a little more flexibility, range of motion here in the head and neck. Dip the chin into the chest and take the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. Just thinking of the shoulder blades heavy, hands heavy. Slow your breathing down. Chin into chest. Spoil yourself here. Take your hands to your temples or fingers to your temples. Give yourself a little bit of a temple massage and help your head back up to center. Keep mirroring me. So take your right hand down, your left arm up and over. Big side body stretch. Breathing into the side waist, the upper ribs, spiraling the heart towards the ceiling. You can even press into the ground with that right palm. Use it to support you. And then up and over to the other side. Both sits bones plug into the earth, heart to ceiling, shoulder blades glide down, and imagine squeezing a pencil between the shoulder blades on your back. See if that helps you rotate the chest up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Inhale, reach both hands up. And exhale, draw that prayer down to heart center. A few more times. Inhale. Circle the arms down, around, and up. You can close the eyes. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Trace the face. Thumbs to sternum. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Just set an intention for your practice today. Maybe to slow down, generate a sense of calm, inner resilience, to choose faith over fear. And then blink the eyes open, coming into our first hamstring stretch. So extend the right leg, left sole of the foot into the inner groin, just wherever is comfortable. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, fold forward. Now, if this is challenging, you can always bend the knee. You might still feel a really juicy stretch on the back of the legs. If the leg's straight, just don't reach for the foot, because the shoulders are gonna hike up by the ears, you're gonna round. So instead, just press onto the sticky mat on either side of your shin. Inhale, find that length, and then exhale, use your core pulling back to help you fold into the hamstring stretch. 2 deep breaths here. So no grabbing for the foot, the shoulder blades slide down and back, hands press into the floor. One more big breath. Beautiful. Left arm reaches up and over. We're going to combine the side stretch we just did, but now with the hamstring and inner groin stretch. So all the same components apply. We're rotating the heart towards the ceiling. Everything we did before. It's just now we're in this Janu Shirshasana variation. I like to even use my right elbow and forearm, like pressing against the floor to help me find more lift, more height. One more deep breath. Awesome. And then just because it's fun, take your top hand behind you, press in to the right foot, and right arm circles up. So you're just going to do this fun little swooping, some flexibility into the shoulder. Big circles with that top arm. And then set the seat down, and we'll come into the other side. Beautiful. So first facing now the left foot. Inhale, get long. Reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Each in-breath is your opportunity to find length. Press the palms into the floor. Exhale. Draw your navel towards your thigh. So this is a little bit of a twist, as we play this movement. 3 more breaths here. You might notice that one side feels a lot tighter than the other, and that is totally normal. Walk yourself back up, pressing into the palms. This time, right arm reaches up and over for the side body stretch. So now hamstrings, inner groin, side body, everything is opening, spiral heart to ceiling. Press the left palm into the ground to help facilitate that opening, that spiraling. 3 deep breaths. Each inhale, breathe into the top ribs, the collarbones. Exhale fully. Challenge yourself to get the breath into the belly. I'm playing with that fun little back bend that we did. This time, right hand plants behind you. Left arm's gonna circle up. Again, you can always skip this part, but it's just a nice little back bend and shoulder stretch. Big circles with the left arm. Slow and controlled, set the seat down and come into an all fours position. Flow through just 3 cat-cow. So inhale, opening across the chest. Exhale, rounding, chin into chest. Look at your navel. Find that high C curve with the lower spine. Couple more. And maybe just noticing how the hips and the hamstrings already feel perhaps a little less stiff since we've already invited in some nice movement. When you're ready, downward facing dog. If downward facing dog isn't part of your practice, you can always just keep the knees on the mat and be in puppy pose. Yeah, so puppy pose or downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, pedal through the legs. Bend the left knee deeply and press the right heel down into the earth. And then switch. Walk the feet towards the top of the mat. Take as many steps as you need to, feet hip width apart and parallel. Inhale, half lift, press the hands into the shins, squeeze the shoulder blades together on your back, shine your heart forward, and then exhale, bend the knees deeply and fold. 2 more times. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Come halfway up and hold. Take the hands to the hips this time. Exhale here and your flat back. Good. And then inhale. Come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. Nice. Hands to hips. Take a nice big wide step on your sticky mat so you're facing the long edge of your mat, ideally facing me. Turn the toes in and the heels out. Deep breath in. Interlace the hands behind the low back, only if you want to, otherwise hands can stay on the hips. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward. So this is my favorite hamstring stretch of all time. You can bend the knees deeply and straighten. Send the knuckles to the sky and then forward. Bend the knees deeply and straighten. Let the head and the neck go, crown of head towards the floor. Bend the knees deeply and straighten. And now just take the hands to the floor. Line up your fingertips with your toe tips if you can. And breathe. Feel into that juicy stretch in the backs of the legs and perhaps even in the outer shins. Make sure your heels are wider than your toes. 2 more deep breaths. Roll the weight into the balls of the feet. That's also going to help intensify the hamstring stretch. Turn your right toes out. Again, just mirror me and bend into that knee. So we're going to feel into the inner thigh. Some of you may just bend down about this much. Others of you may sink all the way to the floor. So wherever you are is fine. The goal is we're just opening the inner thigh. Option 1, both hands stay on the ground. Option 2, one arm can reach up. 2 deep breaths. Let's take this over to the other side. So remember, It's not always best to push yourself if you're already feeling a stretch. So option 1, stay right here. This is going to be a great inner groin opener. Otherwise, sinking with control, the seat all the way down to the floor. And if you're mirroring me, right hand to the sky. Otherwise, just keep both hands on the ground. Skandasana, side lunge. Beautiful. Hands come to the mat. Come back to your wide-legged forward fold, so we get to just feel into the hamstrings again. This time, walk the hands all the way to the back of the room. So you can even turn your fingertips to face the same direction as your heels and walk your hands, tiptoe them back. Whoo, super deep hamstring stretch. Bend the knees deeply and straighten. Bend the knees deeply and straighten. Take the hands back underneath the face. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stay on the flat back, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up. We're going to take a visit to triangle pose. So turn the right toes forward, or just mirror me. Hips bump back, arms reach, coming into your version of a triangle pose. I like to keep the hand on the shin, spiral heart towards the ceiling. Press down through the toes and the heels in both legs, and imagine your arches of the feet could like suck up the mat. So you're really engaging through the quadriceps while feeling a stretch along the back of the legs. 2 deep breaths. Beautiful. Come on up. And we'll find that triangle pose on the other side. So back toes turn in. Now the opposite leg, toes are going to face the same direction as your mat. Shift the hips back and coming into triangle pose. Slow your breathing down. Activate the legs. Spin the heart towards the sky. Last deep breath. Press down into the legs, engage the core, slowly come on up. Turn both toes in again. So we're coming back to that wide-legged fold stance, but trick, now we're gonna take both heels in and sink into a goddess squat. So hands to prayer. Make any little adjustments you need. And feel into this big inner thigh stretch and strengthener. We'll hold for 2 breaths. Extend the exhalation. Focusing on strength. And now hands, thumbs to the inside of the inner thighs. Just allow yourself to feel the stretch. So you can kind of just move side to side. This may feel like enough. If not, elbows come into the inner thighs and rock side to side here. And that's like, hello, big inner thigh. Stretch and opening. I really like to move side to side in this one. A few more deep breaths. Keep sending the knees back. So you're thinking of the knees moving energetically back in space. Beautiful. And then hands come to the mat. Turn the toes in and the heels out again. Wide-legged forward fold. Last little visit. Notice if the backs of the legs feel a lot more open than when you started this class. Slow the breathing down. Mindful transition to sit. So walk the hands forward, drop one knee and then the other. Very slowly, mindfully, come into a butterfly pose to close our practice. Soles of the feet touch. This is the classic inner groin, outer hip stretch. So the closer the heels are towards the groin, it's gonna make it more intense. So decide where you wanna be. All right, inhale, get long, exhale, fold. Once again, I like to shift the body a little bit left and right. Extend your exhalations. Let the head and the neck go. 2 more deep breaths. Think of the low back widening each time you breathe in. Turn the palms face down. Gently press yourself up. Take your hands to your outer thighs. Bring the knees together. And then come into a cross-legged seat. You can lie down on your back to close your practice, or just meet me here, bringing the hands to prayer at heart center. Maybe coming back to that intention you set at the beginning of your time on the mat, letting that kind of sink in. Feel your head stack above your heart stack above your hips. Exhale fully. Inhale completely. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Wishing you a beautiful rest of the day. From my heart to yours, namaste.